President Biden made that speech at the very site that former President Ronald Reagan gave that speech to mark D-Day 40 years ago. Biden clearly channeling the conservative icon by echoing the same thoughts on defending democracy and honoring the heroic sacrifices of American soldiers during World War II.
You all knew that some things are worth dying for. One's country is worth dying for. And democracy is worth dying for because it's the most deeply honorable form of government ever devised by man. All of you loved liberty. All of you were willing to fight tyranny. And you knew the people of your countries were behind you.
Wow. Our political director, Rick Klein, joining me now. Rick, I mean, that speech in 1984, one of the most famous presidential addresses in history, and it ultimately helped carry Reagan to a second term as president, despite issues, of course, at home and abroad. Clearly, Biden is hoping his speech will have the same effect, but do you think that's a little too optimistic?
Well, think about the Republicans out there who are concerned about Donald Trump's foreign policy as kind of isolationist askew. Trump likes to talk about himself as an heir to Reagan and to the Reagan legacy. But if you look where former President Trump stands on the issue of Ukraine right now, it's hard to see that. And the Republican Party has changed immensely since Reagan's era. And I think that was a not so subtle reminder by Biden of that exactly. Look, Reagan was able to win a landslide victory in a way that's unimaginable today. I mean, 49 states went Reagan's way in '84 in his reelection. This is going to be a very close race no matter what, fought among 6 or 7 battlegrounds. But at the margins, the same kind of coalition of voters, moderate voters, Republican voters, whose votes might be up for grabs right now, are the kinds of voters that Joe Biden is trying to appeal to.
So Biden's speech about threats to democracy avoided mentioning Trump by name. The DNC clearly doesn't have a problem going after him, though. Take a look at the billboard that we saw outside of Trump's event in Arizona last night, referring to him as a convicted felon, saying he attacked Arizona's democracy. Rick, what are your thoughts when you saw this? What's the strategy here? And are we going to see more of this?
The DNC loves its billboards. They like the fact that people and Trump himself would be driving and seeing these things. They like to kind of climb into his head. This is about as direct as we've seen them trying to take advantage of the conviction from just about a week ago. And so many things have happened in the last 8 days. It's hard to remember. It was only 8 days ago that that historic verdict was handed down and Donald Trump was found guilty on all those felony charges in New York. I think the challenge for Democrats and the DNC is to try to package this into something that voters can care about moving forward, because the fact of those convictions is going to fade over time.
Rick Klein, thanks so much.